Oh, you didn't know? Your
ass better call somebody.
It's the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry, the showstopper, Cowboy Dave Yarnall. We are the Atomic Drop Podcast.
Yeah.
I got 2 words for you, Dave, right? Suck
Atomic Drop, baby. There
we go. Hey, Dave, what's going on, brother? Saturday night, feeling all right.
Big man, it is Saturday night. It's 10 o'clock. I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused. I'm used to on Friday nights, but tonight we're Saturday, so I got to get my mojo going. I'm not used to doing this, so let's get started, big man.
Yeah, I had to work last night. The bank account's calling for more money. You got to feed the beast, man. You got to feed the beast.
I totally understand. You got to feed the beast. I get it. I totally get it. But we got a lot of wrestling to talk about. So much going on. My gosh, it's crazy around here.
There's a lot going on. So I wanted to get your opinions on Drew McIntyre.
Jealous little bitch is what he is.
The big man, the big man from Glasgow.
I can't believe I just said that. What am I thinking?
So what do you think is going on? What's going through Drew's head? Like, is it like a pity me, like a self-pity, heel type of thing that he's going through right now, or do you think he has a legit gripe, with Jey Uso getting a title shot over him? Even though he just beat Jey Uso on live TV a couple of weeks ago, and really like taking it super personal. Do you think he has a legit gripe?
Drew McIntyre, get over it, man. You lost. You lost the crown jewel. You're being a little bitch about it. I want my title shot. Well, guess what, man? You ain't going to get it if you keep doing what you're doing. And you know what? I'm saying Sami Zayn came up there and he almost told you how it is. Because you know what? You're being a little bitch, Drew. I got to be honest.
And I'll tell you, all credit to Sami Zayn. Drew's a big dude. Sami is just insane. And, he got up in Drew's mug and said, Drew, get over it, brother. Sami understood where he was coming from, but basically said, hike up your skirt, Mary, and get the hell over it. And we'll see. It did end well for Sami against Drew on Monday night, and our main event. Drew exacted a little bit of revenge, but this is only the beginning. Of the story with these, with that, all 3 of them actually. With Seth and with especially Jey Uso.
He's definitely being jealous about it. I totally understand it. I don't like it at all because, Drew, you had your time, man. You were champ a long time. Don't get me wrong. You were champ during the COVID years. I get it, okay? But here's the thing. You're not champ now. You're not going to beat Roman, and you're not going to beat Seth, so it doesn't really matter. So just keep moving on, bud.
But, I mean, deep down, I feel like he has a legitimate gripe, though. His run as champion was during, the worst possible time when you think about it, during COVID. Mm-hmm. And it's like what a bummer, man. It's nobody's there to watch it. You have people watch, but there's nobody live to love you. Right. And
TV's all over the place.
Yeah, eventually they had what they call it, the Thunderdome or whatever. Yeah, and it's just like it's almost like a forgotten point in history. Like the Thunderdome, I thought was pretty cool. They did. Right. They give WWE all the credit they had. They did the greatest. They made a gold nugget out of a pile of shit, basically.
They sure did.
And, they made it look cool. They made it, relevant. And they made it feel as live as possible. But, me personally, I do feel bad for Drew. The being champion during that time period and then losing his title. No, he didn't lose it. Who did he lose it to? Was it to Roman?
I think it was. It may have been to Roman. That's possible.
But him going back to win the championship was it last year or whatever, and having the family, the bloodline family interfere. It wasn't Jey Uso in particular. I think it was Solo. No. I believe it was Solo. Mm-hmm. But still, just that family, wreaking havoc over him, and a lot of the WWE roster, anybody that challenges them, the anytime Roman's in a little bit of trouble in a match, in a title match. The Uso family's going to come down and or the bloodline family's going to come down and try to protect Roman, their tribal chief. So you I understand where Drew's coming from. I feel for Drew, but
you actually feel for Drew McIntyre. I can't do it. I can't feel for Drew. Ever since Crown Jewel, he's been bitching. So stop crying. You lost.
Have you ever been in a point in your life where nothing's going right. Like, and like you've seen stuff go right for other people. Like, I scratched all those scratch offs. I spent $80 in scratch off tickets and I didn't win anything. And then your buddy that's laughing at you gets a $10 scratch off and hits for $500,000. Like
luck of the draw, big man. Luck of the draw. That's all it is.
I mean, I don't know if that's
well. Didn't he have a title match against Seth and lost too? So what's he crying about? I don't get it.
No, you're right. I do get that part of it. Drew did get a shot at Seth. Drew did lose that match to Seth, but yeah, I don't know. He does have.
How many chances do you get, big man? That's my question. You got to go down to the bottom of the ladder. Cody's been waiting this whole time. Cody only had one shot at WrestleMania and lost. He's not bitching. But you see Mr. McIntyre over here crying those eyes out. I get no chance. Come on, man.
Well, and so then in Drew's eyes, he did. He said that I don't know who I can't remember. It was a few weeks ago who he was talking to, but he said, "I understand. I have to start at the bottom. I'm going to work my way up." He shook his hand. Who was it? Was it Cody or was it Seth?
I think it was Seth.
It was Seth in the back. Yeah, in the backstage. He's like, "I understand. I have to start my way from the bottom, work my way back up." But then he beat Jey Uso, and Jey Uso still got a shot before he did. So wouldn't Drew McIntyre beating Jey Uso drop Jey Uso back behind Drew McIntyre? Yeah, I would think it would. I
agree, but I am so sick of Drew McIntyre. I'm glad he's here. He signed a contract. He's with WWE. That's great. I've got no problem with that. But stop crying. That's all he does is cry and whine. And then he sits there, and then at the end of Raw, we saw what happened there. My God, come on, man.
I mean, not like a 6'7", 280-pound muscle-bound Scottish guy, bitching and moaning every week to get the blood going. It is
exactly. Well, I mean, he started off Raw. It was a good promo. Don't get me wrong. The promo was good. But then he's like, I'm still crying. I want my title shot. We get it, and thank you, Sami Zayn, to put him in his place. But then again, Sami Zayn didn't do so hot.
I'm waiting for him to say, "I got kids to feed." You know what I mean?
Well, I think Sami Zayn has been. I think he's been. What's the word I'm looking for? They're giving him time off, is what I heard. So I think that's where that came from. That promo and
everything. He's been going hard, pretty hard for a while. So I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him for a couple of weeks just to give him a little bit of time.
Give him a little rest. Yeah, I understand.
Adam Glenn checking. What's up, Adam Glenn?
Big Adam, what's up, baby?
And our buddy Paul Spencer checking in from Knoxville, Tennessee. What's up,
Knoxville, Tennessee? What's he doing out of there?
Mr. Fuji traveling the country.
I see that. Wow.
And there's Adam Glenn's tag team partner, Eileen. What's up,
Eileen?
And Adam says, "What did Kay do to get a title shot?" I think he means Jay. But and I agree. What did Jay do to get a title shot besides besides pissing off McIntyre? What did Jay do?
Jay's a wild card. He didn't deserve a title shot, and I'll be honest with you, he didn't. But you know what? Why not? Sometimes you gotta give a wild card a shot. That's the way I look at it.
If you look at their team at War Games, Jay performed okay. But if I had to pick a guy to be the weak link in the team, I would have picked Jey Uso.
I think so.
I felt like Sammy did more than what Jay did. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I think Jay did to earn a title shot is he put the word main or the phrase main event in his name.
Main event Jey Uso. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, you give me a main event shot because it's in my name. You got to do it, or I look like a silly idiot with a stupid ass name, which it is. It's a stupid ass name. They called him main event Jey Uso, and he was tag teaming for 2 months since he came to Raw.
Well, didn't he win the tag team titles with what's his name earlier?
With Cody.
Yes.
But like when you think main event, you don't think tag team. You think wrestling, right? No,
not at all. No. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't think that. Not at all.
So segueing tag team. What are your thoughts on the Creed brothers?
I love the Creed brothers. I
really
do. I love them. I think they are like making their way up the ladder, and they're doing really well with it. I like it a lot. I mean that tournament they did And Raw was really good. I was very impressed with that.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Was it? Yeah, I guess it was kind of like a tournament. Usually they do some sort of like gauntlet or whatever. That's what it
Mhm.
kind of was. But it was no, I guess it was kind of still of a gauntlet where they win and like you eliminate that team, but another team comes in, right? That's what it was.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
definitely yes, absolutely. Yep.
And, that was a lot of fun. I thought DIY did well there as well, but the Creed brothers
I,
coming out on
I,
top.
you know, I'm a Johnny Wrestling guy. I love Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Love Johnny Wrestling. I am anytime Johnny Wrestling's on, I am watching Johnny Wrestling. Him and Ciampa were awesome. I love it. I love DIY. I'm a fan. But when it
Do you
comes to
think
the Creed brothers, I'm a little up top on them too. So let's put it this way, big man. The tag team division, I'm very excited about. I got to be honest.
I agree with that. I was hoping that DIY would get a little bit of a push when I was watching that gauntlet match, or the gauntlet. Yeah, whatever. I guess it's one single match.
Tournament tag team gauntlet, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I was hoping DIY would win that, get a little bit more of a push. But when I seen the Creed brothers win, I'm like, the Creed brothers are going to go over because they're just super hot right now. I feel like, and
It's funny because it's fun, not to cut you off, but it's funny because I was watching it, and to me, I'm watching the DIY, and I'm watching the Imperium, and I'm watching all these tag teams, which I really like. You know me, I'm a tag team. I love tag team wrestling. It's one of my favorite. But honestly, I thought Imperium might pull it off at first, and then I thought to myself, well, maybe DIY is the team to beat, But credit to the Creed brothers, big man. They're good. They're fun to watch.
They're very good. Paul says, congrats to the one and only St. Joe's Prep. 45-23, 3 minutes to go. PA state champs again. Back.
Oh, they already won. I saw the ending.
7 of the last 9. That's the 6A state title. Earlier today, I was watching the 3A state title between Northwestern Lehigh and Bell Vernon. And Bell Vernon was up 28-7 when I decided to leave where we were. And also local, I don't know how local they really are, about a little over an hour away, I think. Southern Columbia, 2A, I believe they are. I think they're 2A. They won their state championship game 21-20 yesterday.
Congrats to them.
I think that's their second or third in a row, and I think they won, I think 7 of the last 8 or something like that. Their Southern Columbia is just super dominant.
It's funny. I saw St. Joe's Prep tonight. They played North Allegheny, and I have a history with North Allegheny because North Allegheny played my high school back in 1990, Ridley, in the state championship, and we ended up losing on a fumble. So, but
stuff like that's amazing, right?
But kudos to North Allegheny. I just remember the name. Just remember the team we played, and it just came up, and and it's funny during tonight's game they actually announced that game and being North Allegheny being in the state championship against Ridley. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Ridley High.
That's right, baby. That's my high school, Ridley High.
Linda Duarte checking in. Hello, Linda. How are you?
Linda, how are you? Thanks for checking in. I know, hush, Dave. I get it.
So yeah, but DIY and Imperium, I thought that was a really good tag match.
I loved it.
But eventually the Creed brothers, coming out on top, and
they're pushing these Creed brothers really good, big man. Not to cut you off again, sorry about that. But
really good.
They really are pushing them up if you're watching it.
And I really like Ivy Nile as well. Their manager. I can't wait to see her start going. She's.
Oh, you're a fan of Ivy? You're a fan of Ivy? Are you?
What I'm like we've only seen her in limited competition. Was it in that Battle Royal? I guess it was, or was it a women's Battle Royal we seen her in? Or
I think that's what. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, and so that's pretty much the only time I seen her wrestle. And I think she looked fantastic. She has a great look. She looks like she can be super dominant. And I just can't wait to see her, get in the mix. I assume she's going to get into the mix. I'm not sure why she's not in the mix yet.
I'm sure she will.
Or she's still learning wrestling, or what it is. But I can't really wait to see her start mixing it up. And we'll talk about the women's division, I think, more on SmackDown as to what happened. That seems to be a little bit bigger news right now.
It's so funny. I was watching SmackDown highlights today because I didn't see it last night, so I was very impressed with what I saw last night.
The Keep It Real ladies, what's up?
Keep it real, ladies. How are you?
They had 2 shows last week. I didn't know that they were going to have another.
Yeah, those got two shows. Yeah, and then they had a special guest the other day. I got to see that too, which was very good. Very good.
I have to go back and watch that one. I seen what was on, and I was busy. He's like, "Oh man, I got to see what's going on." And Because I didn't realize they were having another show. But make sure you check out the Keep It Real podcast Mondays, 7:15, after the Soli Squad every Monday. And the girls that a couple they've had 2 shows on Monday, and each week they had a different guest. So. And so 3 shows total, 3 different guests, and you're watching this show. You have us 2 ham and eggers all the time.
They're rolling.
People all the time. Linda says she's tired as hell. She worked all day.
Linda.
I feel Linda. I worked last night. That's why we weren't on last night, and I didn't really sleep yet. I laid down for about an hour nap, and I'm pushing through it.
Linda working hard. Like it.
Keep it real. We're good. Just watching NXT Deadline.
Yes, I was going to watch that tonight. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't see all of it. I'm still. That's cool. Awesome.
You think Dragon Lee's going to beat Dom for that belt tonight?
I think Dom retains. To be honest with you, that's just me.
He's kind of awkward with that belt, if you ask me. I was watching Dom. Dragon Lee wrestled on Friday on SmackDown for the U.S. title. For the U.S. title tournament, and I was watching Dom carry that belt. I'm like, man, he looks awkward carrying that belt. Like, it's like saying a little kid that went to his mom and dad's room and found his dad's supersized something around him, just carrying it around like like a little kid wearing his dad's pants or something, or you know what I mean? It's just kind of it's awkward looking.
Everybody's so rough on Dom lately. I don't know, man. I think Dom's been pretty good. Dom's doing pretty good.
Keep It Real says Dragon Lee has won. There we go.
Oh, Dragon Lee did win. Oh,
Joey
wow.
P. Wood checking in that says Dragon Lee has won. Thanks for checking in, Joey.
Joey, what's up, bud?
Joey also does a wrestling podcast on EOP, Steel Steps, on Friday nights.
10 o'clock, I believe.
Said the women are killing it right now on NXT.
I love it.
Really
love it.
NXT. There's a lot of good wrestling that goes on NXT.
I love NXT. I'm such a fan. Yes, absolutely.
Eddie Prather checking in. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking the show out. Thank you for commenting.
Eddie, what's up, buddy? Thanks for checking in, man.
Eddie says, I won't spoil the results.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate it, bud.
Adam says he does not watch NXT. Adam, and I don't watch NXT either. And I want to. I forget about it every week. I want to hit the old DVR record button so I can check it out at a later time. But I just forget every week. Every week, it's like Wednesday. I'm like, oh shit, NXT was last night. And,
NXT's on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Monday night, what else? Seth versus Jay. That was a hell of a match right there. Seth
versus Jay.
Main event Jey Uso, and so that's one of those matches that after it went down was felt like it should have been on a pay-per-view because both guys absolutely killed it. It was just a hell of a match, high spots, galore, and the finish. The finish was kind of it felt rushed. I don't know if you thought so, but it just felt rushed to me. It just I don't know, it just did.
Well, curb stomp, it is what it is. But but it's funny. The whole night, if you were watching Raw, which I did, the whole night Jey Uso was all pumped up. It's my night. I'm going to win this thing. This is my night. And you kind of knew it wasn't going to happen, but I give him all the credit in the world. And he was. I mean, his energy was really up all night for that title shot, and which was pretty good.
They had a backstage interaction between he and Seth, and Jay came in all jacked and yeeting and all that crap. I can't stand the yeet thing. I hate the yeet thing. And
I think they did they ban that?
Huh?
Did they ban the yeet thing? I think I saw something on that.
He put on the old Twitter box or X, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. He put yeet and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's banned or not. I have no idea. I have no idea. But he was all up in Seth's face, super excited, and Seth kind of got serious on him for a second, but Jey Uso was still just happy-go-lucky Jey Uso, and super excited for it. So I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah. So. Well, the match was good. Don't get me wrong. The match was very good. It was high energy. Loved it. But somebody had to ruin it, and we all know who that was.
Well, I don't think he ruined it. I think he added to it, if you ask me. Because the match was already over, right?
Okay.
So it's not like he affected the finish of the match. It's not like he affected any part of the match. It was after the match was over.
Right.
Jey Uso's getting what he deserves. 100%. Jey Uso is getting what he deserves for too long. Him and the Bloodline were just running over people and interfering in matches and just beating down people.
But can't we just forgive and forget, big man? Can we forgive and forget?
In the world of professional wrestling, you never forgive and you never forget. especially you never forgive. It's always.
I'm trying here, big man. I'm trying, but you're not giving Jey Uso any benefit of the doubt on this. I'll tell you.
Absolutely zero. It's you get what you deserve. So I was watching the movie The Joker again the other night. I've seen it so many times, but I was watching the movie The Joker the other night, and it's that part where I don't know if Joker's been out for a few years, but I'm not going to worry about spoilers. But at that part where he shoots Murray in the head and he says, "You get what you fucking deserve." Well, there you go, Jey Uso. It's like the Joker, you get what you effing deserve here. So,
man, I guess I'm the kind of the person I like to forgive and forget. Randy said it to him in the interview or in the promo backstage. He goes, "You're not part of Blood anymore. I'm cool." Why can't Drew do that?
Do you think you trust Randy? You trust Randy Orton?
I don't trust Randy, but if what he says, I got to I got to think something. I mean, come on.
A snake will say anything to get into the hen house, brother. You know what I mean? So it's like if Randy Orton had free reign over Raw and SmackDown, now he's relegated to one show, just SmackDown. Mm. If he was able to go to Raw, SmackDown, I guarantee you, Jay would have comeuppance and Sami Zayn would have comeuppance because Sami was a part of it as well.
Okay.
So, I guarantee you there'd be comeuppance, but comeuppance will not be had for those two gentlemen right now anyway. And because it's still, I still think Jay's a part of the Bloodline. I think they're playing us all. I still think that's.
See, I disagree. I don't think he's a part of the Bloodline anymore. I don't think he has anything to do with it. I think he's done with it. I really do. Well, I could be wrong, but
we're just gonna have to wait and see. It wouldn't surprise me if he was.
Okay.
If they came back up where at WrestleMania, Randy Orton's getting ready to beat Roman Reigns for the title. If you didn't see another hooded person break that count up and the hood comes down and it's yeet.
I see where you're going with this, but then again, there is a certain person that wants a main event at WrestleMania, and he made his point on SmackDown on Friday night.
Who's that?
What do you mean, who's that? You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, all right. There's a couple people that want main events.
No. He said, I'm main eventing WrestleMania.
I have a theory on that, and we'll get to that.
Okay, but I'm just saying that we're saying all this stuff about WrestleMania and everything, which is what 5 months away, 4 months away, whatever.
It's gonna come up close, pretty quick as soon as Royal Rumble hits. It seems like it rolls through pretty fast.
But things are clicking right now, and things are going very interesting.
I have a scenario. Once we start talking about SmackDown here in a bit, I have a scenario for that main event, and
I can't wait to hear it.
We'll see what happens. So Eddie says I predict Punk and Seth night 1 WrestleMania.
That's a very possibility.
Main event, but I got a theory to kind of go against that. But we'll get to that once we get there. So women from Monday night, Nia Jax defeated Shayna Baszler, which was an all right match. Kind of for me, it was kind of slow and clunky. I don't know.
I agree with that. It was slow and clunky, no doubt about it. I'm with you on that one. I just can't watch Nia Jax, big man. I don't know what it is. I like her, but I don't like her at the same time. I like her promos. I'll give her that much, but her in the ring, it's just I'm afraid she's going to hurt somebody because just the way she wrestles. I mean, she's done it in the past, and I know that. I've seen it. We've all seen it. But to me, don't get me wrong. Her promos are good. She scares me in the ring. That's all I'm going to say.
And I get that. I don't like her. I don't like her promos. I don't like her in-ring work. I don't know. It's just Like you said, she's hurt so many different wrestlers in the past, and then she was off for a while off TV. So my thought is that she was probably going through a lot of training down in the Performance Center, WWE Performance Center down there in Florida, to try to like learn how to protect, how to not hurt your opponent. And who knows what took, what didn't take. But I just can't watch her. I cannot watch her. Like I said, I have a hard time watching Piper Niven because I feel like she's like kind of slow.
Yeah, but Piper Niven's good though. Piper Niven's very good.
Yeah. She's not as clunky as what Nia Jax. Nia Jax looks very limited in the ring.
Right. Well, there's only so much she can do. I mean, because as big as a girl as she is, and she can't really move that fast. If you think about it,
I don't even think it's her size. Because, like, if you remember, I don't know how much you've seen of Austin Kong when she used to wrestle. She was only in WWE for a little bit. She was a bigger, thicker woman, and she could move. I thought she looked good. She looked well. Whereas Nia Jax looks slow and plodding and just, can't really do much. Piper Niven looks slow, but I feel like Piper Niven has a decent skill set and looks a little bit smoother than what Nia Jax does. I'd rather watch Piper Niven than Nia Jax. But, I don't know if they're going to try to build Nia up as a monster or not. She defeated Shayna. But,
she did.
But then you had Becky come out.
Wait a minute. Before we go to the Becky thing real quick, were you surprised that Shayna did not win that match?
No, because I feel like they want to build Nia Jax up as a monster, and I feel like Shayna, whatever fire Shayna had after defeating Ronda, I feel like that's gone. And it's unfortunate too because I felt like Shayna had a chance to do a little bit of damage. I didn't think Shayna was championship material. We've talked about this. You did, I don't.
Right.
But I feel like she did have a little bit of a heat on her, a little bit of a heat behind her, I should say, not on her, behind her after beating Ronda Rousey. But whatever momentum she had, I feel like is totally gone now. And I don't know why. I don't know if, like I've said before, I still don't like her mic work. Her in-ring work is decent. She's a strong wrestler.
She's very strong. Yes.
She's a legit fighter. So you could build her as somebody that can beat anybody in the ring because she's submission, the knockouts, and stuff like she could fight for real. She could kill us. Any one of us. I say Shayna, she could come up and beat the shit out of me.
Without a doubt, she could. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know. I'm still a Shayna fan. I'm going to back her up as much as I can. This match right here did not impress me one bit. Nia to me, like I just don't get it. But like I said, I do like her promos. I do. I think she's good at promos. It's just
Well, I'll tell you what. The one thing that's kind of deceptive for me, like me being a TikToker, I like watching funny videos on TikTok. Nia Jax,
not you, no, never.
Nia Jax comes up through my TikTok every once in a while through the algorithm or whatever the Chinese want me to see there on TikTok, and Nia Jax comes up on there every once in a while with a funny video, and I'm kind of surprised by it, but because what her on-screen persona is compared to what it is off-screen. And it's kind of funny. So, but
there you go.
I'm not digging Nia, and it looks like we're heading towards a Becky Nia feud maybe for a little bit.
That's a very possibility. Yes, it looks like we're going that direction.
So I don't expect it to be anything big though, because I just I could see Nia squashing Becky a couple times before their match, but the Becky will eventually come out on top. And
sure,
yeah. Because Becky's a really good wrestler.
She's the man, whatever you want to call it. That
she can talk, she can wrestle. Nia Jax, promos, okay, wrestling, not so much.
I hear you, big man. I hear you. But we'll just say kudos to Nia for getting the win over Shayna, which is that's fine.
And a bummer for Shayna because she was rolling after defeating Ronda, but that seems to have slowed quite a bit. And it's a fairly stacked women's division, so it is kind of hard to kind of break through. That's why I wish they would have something like a women's Intercontinental Championship, another championship for the women besides the tag team and then stuff like that.
I agree.
You look at the men's division. Granted, there's a whole lot more men wrestling than there are women, but there's so many really good women wrestlers that would probably benefit from having some sort of belt around their waist. We're not going to the strap-on thing again. We did that a few weeks ago, talking about the strap-ons and putting the strap on. So we're not going to do that anymore. But
Well, I don't think the strap's going on Nia anytime soon, so we'll see what that.
No, I'm not really talking about Nia. I'm like Shayna. You know, she's
Okay,
somebody who deserves to have a belt, a title, but I don't think she's good enough for the world title. So why not have something in the middle?
Like a US. How about a US women's title? That would be kind of cool.
Something like that. Just something else to strive for the girls, for the ladies that are like kind of more mid card, that might be mid card, but could use the bump from the title to possibly, make it look like they deserve a shot at the world title, and maybe even get that shot. Hey, we got champion versus champion. What's cooler than that? Even though that person that's holding that lesser title, that mid carder, maybe they don't belong in the same ring as that other girl, but you see title versus title, and like immediately in your mind, it's going to be a great match. Just that bump from getting a title sometimes can be a decent push, and I feel like the women need more titles in their division. So not too many.
How about a TV title for the women's title? How about that'd be kind of cool?
Right? Anything, a TV title would be great, because you don't see anybody with TV titles. Especially WWE, there isn't one anymore.
That's true. That's
I'm not sure if AEW, if they have a TV title or not.
I think they do. I think they do.
Mixed NXT has a North American Championship. They have their NXT World Championship, and they have the North American Championship. I assume they have tag team championships.
Mm-hmm. They do. They have tag. They do,
and they have the women's championship also in NXT. So it's and the women. I believe they probably have women's tag team champions.
I'm sure Triple H is working on it, big man. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's working on that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, and he should be, because it's also something else to sell too. They like selling those little title belts. They're always trying to push. You can sell the little gimmick plastic ones to the kids, and the real ones to the parents. Anybody that wants to spend $200-$300 on a semi-real championship belt, there you go.
There you go.
I think that's all I have from Raw worth talking about anyway.
There was a good match that actually we can talk about a little bit. It was Caden Carter and Katana Chance versus Tegan and Natalya.
Yeah. And Carter and Chance, they won that match.
Yes. They did.
Are
you? I think I've asked you this in the past. I'm not sure if I think I did. Are you an Italian fan or no?
Yeah, I'm an Italian fan. Hell
I
yeah.
thought you were. Okay, I thought you were. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think she's a good worker. Now, she's been doing it for so long. I think she's a future Hall of Famer. But she hasn't. She's basically. I don't want to say jobber, because she's multiple time champion, but she's almost like an enhancement talent now, where she loses almost every time she's out there.
Right.
But when she's out there, she makes it look good. Usually, it says sometimes there was a couple squash matches with who the hell was it when she was going after the title? I don't remember who it was.
I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest with you. But no, the Italian to me is good. Don't get me wrong. She's a hard worker. She's been there a long time. Yeah.
So I was a huge fan of like Beth Phoenix too. That back in the day, Glamazon. They're like the same.
The Glamazon, yeah.
Match. Beth Phoenix and Natalya had some great matches in the past, and Natalya's time has passed. It appears, like she's never, going to wear the world title belt again. I don't think anyway. But as long as she's still having great matches, that tag team match I thought was decent. I thought it was pretty good.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I'm a Tegan Knox fan. I just am. I like her a lot.
Well, and probably eventually you're probably going to have a Natalya versus Tegan Knox, because it seems like that's what they do with tag teams that are kind of just thrown together. Not like Carter and Chance. They were tag team down at NXT, so they've been together for a while now. So you probably wouldn't see them maybe split for a little while yet. But Natalya and Tegan Knox, well, I think Tegan Knox was a singles wrestler down at NXT, right?
She was. Yep.
And now Natalya is kind of like a mentor or whatever. And so eventually they're going to have to split off. So Tegan Knox can become a singles wrestler, and how she's going to be able to get away from Natalya is usually what WWE does, is have some sort of feud.
I think they'll be tag team for a while before they do anything, crazy with that.
Well, they've already been tagging for a little while now, don't you think? Or
I think give it some more time.
Months. Well, maybe after WrestleMania. That's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give a few. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Usually after WrestleMania, they start resetting a bunch of stuff and changing a bunch of stuff and adding things and taking things away. That's what WWE seems to do most of the time.
Cody Shinsuke, fan? No fan? What's the deal with this?
I'm gonna love that. That's why I wanted. I didn't write that down in my notes. That's why I forgot to talk about it. I'm a huge fan of it. Yeah, I love Shinsuke Nakamura.
I know you do. I know.
It's you hear strong style and you see strong style and you see the skinny little Asian guy in there. It's kind of like what really? But I'll tell you what, he wrestles he wrestles very tight, very physical, and I love it. I love watching Shinsuke wrestle, and of course Cody's Cody. So, and I like how Shinsuke kind of talked about why their feud is going on. Like it's the same path type of stuff. So, what are your thoughts on Shinsuke's reason for attacking Cody? And
I think it's crazy.
Face.
I think it's crazy, but I like where they're going with it because Cody still has to climb the ladder, get to the story, and this is one of the part of the ladders he has to get to with Shinsuke. But the promotion, I'm sorry, not the promo. I shouldn't say. Well, the promo Shinsuke did was very good. Don't get me wrong, I like it a lot. But Cody goes around and then the spray comes out of nowhere, like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, which was really good. That to me, that was awesome. That was good stuff. Yeah.
I know we had theories on it in the past. Well, who Shinsuke was talking about. I didn't think Cody Rhodes for a second. I don't remember who I was thinking. I put somebody out there a couple weeks ago who I thought Shinsuke was talking about. I don't remember who it was, but I didn't think it was Cody Rhodes. So I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised when it was Cody. And then, like you said, Shinsuke, in the ring, spitting the red mist in Cody's face. Then it was just, and he didn't go overboard. He didn't start stomping Cody or going nuts. Shinsuke's very calculating. He's very maniacal and picks his spots. He didn't need to go and start stomping Cody or anything like that. And then his explanation of the same path, and they went back into history and showed both of them winning the Royal Rumble, both of them losing at WrestleMania and stuff like that. Shinsuke has his story he needs to finish. I thought it was awesome, and like you said, it's Cody has his story, which I'm sick of hearing about. Can't wait till Cody's story is over. And I like Cody Rhodes. I cannot wait until Cody Rhodes puts on the face paint and becomes Stardust again.
He's not going to do that. I'm not seeing it. Not anytime soon, anyway. But then we saw a promo this past Monday with Shinsuke, which was good. Yeah. But playing mind games with Cody, I like it.
Well, that's what I'm like. So this one from this past Monday was him talking about their similar paths. Like what happened to Shinsuke happened to Cody, blah blah blah.
With the title, yeah, okay, gotcha.
And so like I guess Cody Rhodes, like his story is supposed to, come to fruition at WrestleMania, main event at WrestleMania, and you need filler. You need something else to fill it in between there, and it's a perfect a feud with Shinsuke that'll fill up a month and a half or so. A couple matches in between there, a lot of mind games, which is awesome with Shinsuke. That's right up his alley.
Well, if you remember when he was playing mind games with Seth too, back in the day.
And I like that with Shinsuke. I think he does that really well. He is, he has great facial facial I don't know
expressions, I guess.
Expressions, yeah. Like when he's talking, like he looks like you say, hey, this is a maniacal SOB. If you see Shinsuke making his facial expressions when he's talking and about his story not being finished and stuff like that. You're like, that dude, he's nuts. He's a maniacal MFer, and that's what I see when I see Shinsuke talking about Cody Rhodes and stuff. I'm like, he's a bad dude. Shinsuke, you don't want to mess with Shinsuke.
Well, it's funny. Our Mr. Fuji, Mr. Paul there, he texted me while he was watching Shinsuke Nakamura doing his promo. And Paul goes, that's not even what he's saying. I was like, what?
I see that same text from Paul. I'd like to know what Shinsuke was actually saying then. What Paul thinks that Shinsuke was saying, because Paul does speak Japanese.
Right.
Maybe Japanese has changed since Paul. The WWE knowing that they're worldwide and they're putting American subtitles at the bottom of what Shinsuke's saying, and that's what he's saying. Like the Japanese people are gonna be like, that's not what he's saying.
I would love to know what he was actually saying. I'm sure the Japanese people are like, what?
Maybe he was doing like the Burger King song. Whopper, 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 Whopper. You know what I
I hear
mean?
that too much. Oh man,
So maybe that's what he was
PK,
doing.
have it your way.
Hey, who
Oh
knows?
man, who knows what he was saying? But no, Shinsuke is good. I like his promos a lot. He's good in the ring. And you can work. Shinsuke can work with anybody, and it doesn't really matter who it is. That's what makes him so good. You
Well,
know,
he can work with the big guys. He can work with guys like Cody Rhodes, your main event top guys. He can work with the high flyers and stuff. He is very versatile. He can work many styles.
no doubt, no doubt.
Which
And
is beneficial for him, to be kept around as well. Because he's a legit star. He's won a couple championships in WWE, multiple world champion in different other organizations and stuff like New Japan. And so he's a legit star, and they can use him any way they want. So it's very, very beneficial to have somebody like that.
Oh, and I'm sure Triple H loves it, so he can put him in any situation. You know, which is good. Shinsuke is fine with me. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I more Shinsuke the better.
I want to see where this is going though with him and Cody. I mean, I think it's really going to be like so far it's been really good. I want to see how far they take it. You know, because I think the match itself is going to be awesome between those two.
Yeah, it is going to be really, really good.
Mm-hmm. And then, I know you're tired of Cody. I get it.
But no, I'm not. So I'm not tired of Cody. I'm tired of hearing Cody's story.
Okay.
Everybody has a story. Everybody wants to be a main event wrestler.
I have a story. Nobody listens to me.
You were talking, Dave? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
Right, exactly my point. You're so bad.
All right, so before we move on to SmackDown, I'm going to do our sponsor reads here real quick. We got Jason Fine, J. Fine Law Attorney, Big Al. You can get a hold of Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Big Al specializes in motor vehicle accidents, slip and fall, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. They have 3 office locations conveniently located throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And in the Garden State, we'll start at Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The offices are located at 3 Greensward Lane. The phone number there is 856-209-5258. Then in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the offices are located at 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. The phone number there is 412-365-8151. And then in the city of Brotherly Love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the offices are located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120. The phone number there is 267-888-2980. Jason Fine. 1 second.
Big Al.
1 second. Let me pull up Monkey Cold Coffee. All right. And then head on over to monkeycoldcoffee.com. Get yourself some kick-ass coffee. That's what kept me going throughout the day today without any sleep. And I was at a team fundraiser bazaar and all day. And the Monkey Cold Coffee, the Sumatran blend, kept me rolling today. They also have bourbon chocolate chip infused coffee, the toasted coconut rum. Like I said, the Sumatran blend, it's a medium roast coffee. You can get that whole bean or ground. In their newest blend, the organic blend, Perula, Florida, you can get that whole bean or ground as well. That's part of their global gourmet collection. And they just released a newer flavor, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, honey agave flavor coffee. You can get that whole bean or ground as well. We do not have that on the wallpaper yet. We'll get that up there. Head on over to their swag shop after you get some coffee. Get yourself a T-shirt, Monkey Cold Coffee coffee mug. The tumbler cup is amazing. I kept my coffee hot all day long. I think I was there for probably about 5 or 6 hours, hot until the very end. They also have cold brew pitcher, which I think is awesome. I've used that many, many times over. The K-Cup adapter for all you K-Cuppers out there. And don't forget to get yourself some Paradise Rum Cake. Very, very good cake with a little bit of a kick. That's at monkeycoldcoffee.com. And at checkout, use that promo code OOTB Sports for 10% off. That promo code, once again, is OOTB Sports for 10% off of your order at monkeycoldcoffee.com.
Get your Monkey Cold Coffee, everybody.
Man, I tell you what, Dave. No bullshit, and I really really like Monkey Cold Coffee. I really do. Yeah, I think it's
Right?
fantastic.
I'm a hot tea drinker, so it doesn't really help me too much. But if you like it, go with it, big man.
I'm telling you, I'll speak for you, Dave. It's very good. It's very good,
Okay.
and it's worth the price. It's a little bit more expensive than what some other because it's a gourmet coffee, so it's a little bit more expensive than what your
Right.
normal run of the mill coffee is. But the flavors are just awesome. It's fantastic coffee.
Keeps you going.
Keeps me going. And like I said, with that tumbler cup, is fantastic. Kept my coffee hot all day,
Right.
and that's always a bonus. Nothing like having your coffee mug sitting there. You get busy, and then you come back to take a sip, and the shit's ice cold. I can't stand that.
Right. I got you.
So,
I got you.
all right, heading on over to SmackDown now, Dave. Friday night SmackDown.
My favorite show.
SmackDown's your favorite show?
I love SmackDown. I just do. It's it's 2 hours of wrestling that I love to watch.
Adam Glenn is also tired of Cody. Like I said, I'm not tired of Cody. I'm just tired of Cody's story. Adam, why
are you tired of Cody too? Why is everybody so tired of Cody? I don't get it.
It's almost like they're forcing it down your throat, kind of. That's what it feels like.
His promos are good. He's a good wrestler. He's fun to watch. To me, I can watch Cody all day. I have no problem with it. I just don't.
He's great in the ring. His promos are good.
He's awesome in the ring.
His little song, he comes out and does that whoa thing. That's all fun for everybody. For me, it's just his talk of his story. His story this, his story that. It's like, get the hell over it, man. Okay, you want to main event WrestleMania? You and about 30 other people on the goddamn roster.
Hey, he's in the Royal Rumble. He's part of the Royal Rumble.
And here's the thing. Eileen brings up a good point. His storyline is dragging, and it is. It's been going since he became.
Oh, I see what we're going with this. Everybody's tired. I get it.
What are we looking at? Like almost like it's been over a year. I guess.
Almost, yeah. Well, he won the Royal Rumble last year.
So is that when he came back? Was the Royal Rumble, or he come back before that?
I think it's before.
So you have to figure it's been going. He's about a year. It's about the same. It's been the same. Same talk. Cody finishing the story.
He gave Roman the fight of his life at WrestleMania. Okay.
Did he win?
No, he didn't. But he still gave him It was a heck of a match. I mean,
but we're in the same spot we were last year, though. You know what I mean? It's
okay. So what? I don't. I can, like I said, I can watch Cody and have no problem with it. I have no issues with Cody. None.
I think it's starting to become split a little bit.
See, oh god.
Hey, like when he's live.
Is the word tired coming to mind? No, I'm not tired of
it. The fans are still on Cody's side.
Sure.
But it's.
And when he wins it, everybody's gonna be go crazy when he wins it.
ESPN's like Cody Rhodes completes his story. I'm like, oh, get over it, ESPN. Again, like I said, I'm a Cody fan. I like Cody. I'm over the storyline. I'm over it. It is what it is.
Okay, I get it.
Eddie says Cody will keep the overwhelming number of fans. Yeah, I agree about that.
Totally.
Over Punk. He's saying over CM Punk.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
And so I don't know. I don't know what to think about CM Punk yet. I don't know. I
love it.
I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I have been since he came to WWE back, the first time, when he was the ECW champion and stuff like that with WWE, and his whole run through WWE as the Straight Edge Society. I was all about the Straight Edge Society. I really dug it. But
Punk's big match was at Survivor Series when he teamed up with Shawn and Hunter. Okay, if you remember that match back in the day. I was at the Philadelphia. That was at the Wells Fargo Center at the time.
Okay.
I was actually at that match, and that's where Punk actually was like. I want to say it was big for him to be with Hunter and Shawn and and the Hardys, and that was a big match for him. It really was. But I love Punk. I'm not going to put it that way. I'm not the biggest Punk fan, but I'm glad he's back, and I'm glad that he deserves to be back, which I'm happy about that. I just, but when he left, I was like, okay, just go, whatever, do your thing,
And I was when he left. Well, do you remember when he left, Dave?
I do.
After Royal Rumble.
It was yes. It was actually he had a match. He said he was going to win the match and take the title with him. I don't remember where exactly what it. I think it was.
That was before that. That was him and John Cena, and he beat John Cena in Chicago and did take the title with him. But that was during like contract negotiations and stuff like that. You know, he got the new contract, came back, but when he actually left the company was right after the Royal Rumble. He didn't like how things were going. He was hurt. He was banged up. And a whole lot of stuff. The whole CM Punk saga. If you're a wrestling fan, you know what it was. But he left right after WrestleMania. He was supposed to be on Raw that next night, or not at WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. He was supposed to be on Raw the next night, because that's when they were on Sundays, and he just didn't show up. And he basically quit, and they went from there.
Took his ball and went.
Yeah, but it is nice to see him back. I do like CM Punk. It is nice to see him back. He seems to be a little bit different. CM Punk.
It's definitely different.
No, go ahead. We'll get to CM Punk in a bit here. Real quick, the U.S. title tournament.
Yes.
So we had two matches for the U.S. title tournament on Friday Night SmackDown. We had Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. We'll talk about that one first. So Escobar defeated Dragon Lee with we had Dirty Dom out there because tonight Dirty Dom and Dragon Lee were fighting for the North American Championship, which we were told that Dragon Lee
won.
Yeah. Oh, now he's right in the crosshairs of the Judgment Day now. So good luck to Dragon Lee.
Yeah. Congrats to Dragon Lee on the big win tonight. Congratulations to him. But I'm glad Escobar did get the win against Dragon Lee. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
You're an Escobar guy. You've been talking about him for a while.
And so I like Escobar, especially as a heel right now. I think he's going to be so I was a big Alberto Del Rio fan when Del Rio was in, and I thought Alberto Del Rio was an awesome heel. And I feel like Santos Escobar could almost follow in the footsteps of what Alberto Del Rio was doing as a heel. Maybe not to main event status what Del Rio was doing, but Del Rio was a nasty heel. I feel like Escobar can really, really go with that. I feel like he can pull off the nasty heel. And so I'm excited to see what Escobar is able to do with it.
Oh, when Escobar left the LWO, that was huge too. And him and Ray had that controversy and the whole 9 yards. And he was good with that. I mean, he was like he really played the heel big time, and he's doing it now. And you know what? I like the fact that Escobar is playing the heel and he's actually winning matches. Not a bad thing.
Yeah,
not a bad thing.
Eddie says there's no way in hell that Hunter should even consider putting Punk versus Reigns at WrestleMania. I agree.
Why? Why, Eddie? Why? Why? Because he's CM Punk. CM Punk is ratings, man. As much as you want to deny this guy, he is ratings. And him and Punk would kill the show. Don't tell me it wouldn't, because you know it would.
All right.
CM Punk is a rating guy. That's what he does. I mean, that's why they don't call him the best in the world for a reason. He is good, and him and Roman would kill it, no doubt.
So I have a theory on this, and I'll get to it in a few minutes once we talk about the main event. So we'll talk about that in a second here, Eddie. We also have a comment from Scott Shelton. What's up, Scott? Thanks for checking the show out. Thanks for commenting.
Scott, thanks for checking in. Appreciate it.
He also says, what's up with Braun Strowman? Is he ever returning? I have no idea.
Okay, I keep hearing things on Braun. I don't know exactly what is happening with him, but I keep saying he wants to come back. I think he was injured for a while, or he had surgery or something in that matter.
I'm not sure what he had surgery on, but I heard, I think, I don't know if it's his back or something like that, but yeah, he did have surgery.
He does want to return. I did hear that much. So.
Or elbow or something. Somewhere on his body, he had to have,
some kind of surgery. You might elbow. I think that's correct. I think you're right.
I feel like elbow as well now.
But he's still on the shelf right now. But he'll be back. I guarantee he'll be back because he said he wanted to do a couple more matches. So, and I know with the Bray thing and everything that really hurt him too. So I don't, that was a big, loss for him.
Because that was his introduction into WWE was through the Wyatt family. So
correct. Well, I think Bray was. I think I want to say Bray's kid is his some kind of relative or something. I forget what he either Godfather or something or something like that. And
I
so
didn't
I know
know.
he has something to do with Bray's kid. So,
Uh,
Bray's.
Eddie says if Punk wants to prove his critics wrong, he needs to put Seth over at Mania. And again, I'm going to get to that in a second here.
Okay.
Eddie Prather says Escobar versus Lashley. So yeah, so the other U.S. title match we had Lashley versus Karrion Kross, which I was surprised. I'm like, they're not doing a whole lot with Karrion Kross, and you throw him into the U.S. title tournament. There's nobody else you could put in there. Maybe an LA Knight, which is he too big of a star to be in it? I don't know, because Lashley's a multi-time world champion, and you have LA Knight not really doing a whole lot. So why can't you put LA Knight in the U.S. title championship tournament or?
Because LA Knight doesn't want to be here, doesn't want to be in there. He wants to be in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta, he just lost a heavyweight title match.
True.
At a pay-per-view. So like he said about Drew McIntyre, you gotta start at the bottom, right? Well, what better way to work your way up than win a couple matches at the U.S. title?
He's LA Knight. There's a difference between LA Knight and Drew McIntyre. Come on.
Well, what the difference is, right? Drew McIntyre's been a world champion, and LA Knight has not. You're right.
This
There is a
true.
difference.
This is true.
It's
true. But LA Knight's a lot. I think LA Knight's a lot more popularity now than Drew is right now. So that's
right now. Yeah, I'll agree. So that leads to Lashley versus Santos Escobar in the next round on that side of the bracket. So that should be an interesting match, because Lashley, I don't know if he's a heel, if he's not, because he does get a decent pop when he comes out with the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
And when he comes out for his single stuff as well, he usually gets a decent reception. And Escobar, of course, is a full blown heel now.
I'm surprised What's-it-call's not in this tournament. I can't think of his name right now. He was former U.S. champ.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. Come on. Why can't I think of his name?
Austin Theory?
Yes, thank you. Well, man,
he is. He's on the other side of the bracket.
Okay, gotcha.
So next week, I probably on SmackDown. I think it's on SmackDown. You're gonna have I don't know if it's Raw or SmackDown, but anyway, the next side of the bracket, they'll wrestle. It's Grayson Waller versus the NXT.
That's right. Okay, I thought I saw his name in there. I wasn't sure.
And then you'll have KO versus Austin Theory.
Yes.
So one of those guys are going to lose, either Theory or Waller, because they're not going to have Theory versus Waller as that side of the bracket. To see who goes.
If I had to guess, I would think Waller. Anybody
would lose to the NXT guy, or
yeah.
So that means Austin Theory would probably go over KO, because you probably want one of those two guys. I would imagine they would want that.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how to go on this, because I feel like KO. Like there's going to be some sort of shenanigans in the KO match, KO versus Theory. You figure Waller's probably going to get involved somehow, or something's going to happen.
To answer Eddie's question, I would go with Lashley on that. That's just me, though.
Escobar versus Lashley?
I'd go Bobby. I would definitely go Bobby on that.
I'm feeling Santos Escobar.
Okay.
I really am. Because I feel like Santos Escobar, because his whole thing, his whole downfall, his whole he started to turn, and this is when I started mentioning this months ago, is when he didn't get his chance at the U.S. title because he got hurt, even though he won the shot at the U.S. title, but then Ray got his spot, Rey Mysterio. That's when he started to kind of turn. That's when I started saying, I think Santos is going to turn on the LWO, as Rey Mysterio especially, and that's kind of when it started. So I see where
you're going with it. I do. I
can see Santos Escobar making it to the championship match against, let's say KO, just that way you have your baby face against your heel, and so you have those two guys in the championship match for the U.S. title, and then you have Rey Mysterio on the outside. You know what I mean? Like Rey Mysterio coming back,
sure,
and then you have Santos Escobar losing in the championship match again, so he doesn't get that satisfaction of winning that U.S. title, which he wanted so bad that Ray took from him, took his opportunity, and losing again with Ray there at the side, and continuing that storyline with him and Rey Mysterio.
I
That's
see.
what.
I can see that. I can see it. So you're telling me like you're just going with Escobar, like just running this thing.
Well, getting to the final, which he has to go through Lashley yet, but then losing in the final to some either KO or the NXT wrestler who we're not sure.
I
Who,
think it would be to me. I think it'd be KO.
I don't know because yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Like the NXT wrestler, depending on who it is, if they were able to get the U.S. title around their waist, what would they do with it? So you've been hearing a lot about the one wrestler down there. And I can't think of what his name is right now.
Um.
I can't think of it. It's escaping my head, and I can't. Something
Okay.
like no, it's not like Braun Strowman. Like it's something strong. It's a strong name. I can't think what the hell it is.
Roderick Strong.
No,
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is either. To be honest with you.
Braun. Here it is. I think did Eileen? Yeah, Eileen helped me out here.
Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker. Yes. Yes.
That's who I'm thinking of. So that's why I wonder if that's because I've been hearing a lot of his name. So I wonder if he's going to be that NXT guy.
He could be
Against Grayson Waller, and if he gets a shot in the final, if he's able to win that, and then go through like Austin Theory, because if he wins, I would assume Theory would beat KO, and so would he be able to go through Theory then, get to the championship and get that title? Because Santos Escobar is distracted by Rey Mysterio or by LWO coming down and getting a little bit of revenge on Santos Escobar from breaking up the family. So we'll see what happens there. That's kind of
Thank you, Eileen. Eileen, once again, coming up big again.
Eileen, she's always there for us.
Isn't she? That's amazing.
All right. So Eddie says the NXT guy will lose. Okay.
Okay.
Owens will beat Theory.
Yeah, I think Owens beats Theory too. I do.
Escobar have to keep Escobar hot. I agree with that. You have to keep Escobar hot because you don't want because he is hot right now. As a heel, he is hot. If he loses that match and you don't have a direction for him, he could turn ice cold really, really quick.
Escobar's rolling, no doubt. No doubt.
Viper versus Roman. That's what Scott Shelton is saying.
At Mania? Yeah, definitely. If that's sure, why not?
All right.
I think you'll see that, and then you'll probably see Punk and Seth.
And then again, I'll get to my theory in a second about what's going to happen. Eileen says he had Braun Strowman had neck surgery, but I heard he was going to come back and keep the Wyatt legacy alive or try to. And so I've been hearing stuff about the Wyatt legacy returning with Bray Wyatt's brother, Bo Dallas.
Bo, right?
And coming back as Uncle Howdy. So if you have Uncle Howdy, you'd want to have Braun Strowman back in his Wyatt character, and maybe even get back. I can't think of the guy's name right now with the big red beard.
Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan, yeah. So if you get those three guys back to kind of get the Wyatt family rolling again, that'd be pretty cool.
You have to believe. Come on now.
Well, and so he would not be Bo Dallas anymore. I'll tell you that.
You don't believe?
I do like the whole Bo Dallas thing because he get in the ring, he get that huge smile. He's like, "You gotta believe."
Believe. I was a Bo Dallas guy. I was.
Eddie Prather also says it was Braun Strowman's neck.
His neck. Okay, I thought it was okay. I knew it was a surgery. I just didn't know what it was on.
Eddie says Punk can't even wrestle a couple matches before he breaks something.
Ooh.
I don't want to see. I don't think WWE wants to see Punk break anything either. I'm sure they gave him a lot of.
After he just gave not at all. No.
Eddie says LA Knight is over, and Drew is not. We were talking about that before.
Well, that's true. Yes.
And he's picking Kevin Owens to win the U.S. title tournament.
Oh, cool. I'm okay with that. Either him or Escobar, one or the other.
I'm thinking. I don't think Escobar's going. I think Escobar's going to make it, but it's either going to be Owens or the NXT guy.
Okay.
That's
Braun Breaker.
Whoever they got for the NXT guy.
Gotcha.
Scott Shelton says, "I'll say KO. They brought him over to SmackDown for a reason." I'm not sure if the reason's for the U.S. title. I feel like there's something else. I feel like
I thought KO did a heck of a job commentating a few weeks ago.
Eddie Prather says Orton versus Roman at Rumble.
Yes. Very big possibility.
Logan versus Owens. And that's the thing that you have to think of is whoever wins this U.S. title has to go against Logan Paul.
This is,
And
he is the champion. So
like he's he's a heel right now. So normally you want a baby face to go against him. So on that side of the bracket, you have the NXT guy and KO. Assuming that the NXT guy is going to be cheered over that idiot Grayson Waller, that moron Grayson Waller. So,
would you give Grayson Waller a break?
No, I will not. The dummy from down under.
You've been dogging the Grayson Waller effect. You dog the guy every time we're on the show. Give him a break once in a while.
Might as well throw a halter top on and call himself Pretty Deadly 2.0. So you have to figure it's probably going to be KO. Now that I think it's, I wasn't thinking about who the champion.
Okay.
I didn't think about who the champion was with it being Logan Paul. Because this isn't a tournament for the title, which I think I might have said a couple times. It's not. It's a chance to see who for number one contender to see who's going to face Logan Paul.
Yep.
I forgot all about that, and so it'd make more sense with KO winning it than probably anybody else in this in this tournament. So I feel like they've had a couple face to faces. You know what I mean?
They have. Yes, I agree. But just
the Australian Vince Russo.
So, I love it. That's great. But going back to Grayson Waller here, your guy that you don't care for. I mean, he does make. He's not as bad as you think. He's really not.
The Aussie asshole.
Okay. We buried him enough.
Logan needs to go back to Hollywood, etc. He's an amazing athlete, but truth be told, how many part-time wrestlers keep a belt? Yeah, and that's the only bummer about it because I've mentioned this before. When John Cena was U.S. champion, he had the open challenge, and that really built up the U.S. championship. Yeah, it was every week there was a new match, a different contender, and it was a lot of fun. And that's what the U.S. title should be. It should be defended every single week on TV, almost like a TV championship. The Aussie jackass Eddie Prather says, I like that one.
Oh, man.
Logan Paul's a part-timer because we haven't seen him, I guess, since at least live, right? I don't think we've seen him live.
He was actually on SmackDown. I think it was it yesterday or was it the week before?
With the promo. That was
right.
it.
Didn't he come out? I thought the promo.
I don't know. I don't know if was that yesterday or was that last week? I think
it was last week. I want to say.
But like he's not wrestling. That's the thing. You want to see you want to see him wrestle. That's why you put the strap. You put the belt on him. Let's see him wrestle. You're not getting that.
Well, we know he can wrestle. We've seen him in the past. I mean, there's nothing.
With that title, like a world heavyweight championship, I don't think should be defended every single week.
No.
That should be more of like a pay-per-view or an occasional TV type thing.
Not everybody's going to be a John Cena either and defend it every week like you want. That's what you want, though.
More often, just like the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther, he was defending that quite regularly. Now he's kind of slowing down a little bit with it, probably healing up from some awesome matches that he had. But it needs to be on TV more.
Okay. I can't disagree.
Scott Shelton, I agree with Scott Shelton 150,000% on this one. I love how they brought R-Truth back. He's too funny. I love that. I love that R-Truth is back because he is he's good in ring. But where it's at is with R-Truth is his comedy. His comedy
but why the Judgment Day? I don't get that.
Because it's funny. It's just because they're
but he couldn't do it with anybody else. He had to do it with Judgment Day.
Well, and because that's how no, I don't want to say airheaded. That's kind of how unknowingly R-Truth is. Like he just like kind of he does.
I like R-Truth in the ring. That's just me. The stuff he does in the back like backstage and stuff. It's funny. Okay, I get it.
It reminds you a lot of the stuff that Santino Marella used to do. Santino.
True. Yeah.
get the matches in the ring a little bit, but his biggest thing that people really liked him for was his comedy. Whether it was the backstage stuff, the promo stuff, or it was the Viper and stuff. It's
he said, "We're game's already over." Truth, what? What I miss?
I think our Truth back his comedy is just it's awesome. It's great. That stuff 2 weeks ago with the Jelly Roll, when Jelly Roll was at Raw. Was that this week or was that last week?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Eddie, I remember this stuff. Eddie Prather said the little Jimmy stuff.
Little Jimmy.
It took me a while to actually think the little Jimmy stuff was funny, but after a while, I thought the little Jimmy gimmick was hilarious.
It was good. I mean, it was a good gimmick at the time when he did it.
It's stupid, the whole little Jimmy thing, but then after a while, it grew on me. Every time he was talking about little Jimmy or little.
What was the title they used all the time where he actually won it so many times? And
was it 24/7 or was it like
24/7 talk? Right? Yeah. 24/7, 365.
I think he called it like 24/8 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Adam says, "Ken run." I'm not a runner, Adam.
Ken.
Where
are you running to, big man? Where are you running to?
I'm not running anywhere. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. This is big for a couple different reasons.
We actually had injury in this match, but go ahead.
So you had two of the top female wrestlers in the whole company going at it, and it was an all right match. It wasn't bad, but the biggest news to come out of that is Charlotte Flair looking like she could be legit hurt.
Did you see did you see how she got hurt on that?
I feel like I did. I seen a couple different things. Like some people were saying she got hurt when she did a moonsault from the top rope. And
no, it wasn't.
And I seen the one where she slipped off the top rope.
That's where she got injured.
Yeah. Top rope and it flings around, and that's where for me it seemed like she was done after that. She was, you give credit to her. She finished the match, but I've seen video where she sat in the ring afterward, and the referee Charles Robinson's talking to her, and she's like, "My knee, my fucking knee."
Mm-hmm.
And, she goes, "It's my knee." She kept saying, "It's my knee," and then hands over the face. And she kept saying, "It's my knee, it's my knee," and she So it doesn't look good. Hopefully it just hurt worse than it actually is. You have one of those once in a while where at that moment it hurts really bad, and you're thinking the worst right away. And maybe it's one of those things where all right, hey, take a couple of weeks off and you're good to go. Hopefully it's nothing serious like an ACL or any kind of ligament or anything like that where it's going to need surgery and you won't see Charlotte for a while.
I saw her in the middle of the ring and she was laying there and as you like you just said, and she's like, my knee, I get that. But the injury when it happened, didn't look good. It really did. Like the way she fell off, came off. They both went over the ring, over the rope, and you just saw her leg was went one way and she went the other. So it just to me, it's like her leg
like whipped off the top rope.
Right, that's the word I'm looking for. Right, exactly, whipped. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It says so many different things could happen, with the knee. There's so many different, things in there, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and stuff like that. And I don't think it's good. I think it's bad. And,
it's a shame because I like this Charlotte. I like where they're going with this Charlotte, and I just hate to see this happen. If it's really a bad injury, I hope it's not too bad, like you said earlier. But we'll see. I mean, it looked nasty to me. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's just a couple weeks off and she's back because she just basically just came back.
Yeah, she did.
Was it SummerSlam or just before that, or I don't think it was after WrestleMania, but she just came back, and to lose her, for an extended period of time is going to hurt.
And Asuka did get the win for the match. I give her that. But
Scotchen, with Punk back, do you think we'll see AJ wrestle again? I hope so. I love AJ Lee.
Yes. AJ Lee. Yes, absolutely. I think so.
And I talked about this the last time I was on. I think it was 2 weeks ago. How I thought AJ Lee would be benefited more with this group of ladies. It's a better group of women wrestlers than it was when AJ Lee was there. She was right on the edge of where it was going from divas to actual women wrestlers again. Because that's when you had Paige come in and stuff like that. And
she was a crowd pleaser too. If you think about it, because the crowd did like AJ Lee.
Oh, I love to meet some AJ Lee. And so yeah,
She was
so I
good.
hope she does come back. I hope she does come back. I think that'd be awesome.
That promo she did in the ring with John Cena. Oh, whew, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Eileen, I hope Charlotte didn't tear her ACL or any kind of ligament. ACL.
I'm with you with that, Eileen. I hope
Yeah,
so
you can
too.
tell a
I
tendon
really
there,
don't.
something like that. It's just, yeah. Hopefully it's not serious. Hopefully it's just more of like a deep tissue bruise or something. Or
Did we see how she got up? Like when she was sitting in the middle of the ring. Did they carry her up? Did they bring her? What happened there? I didn't
so
see.
she was able to roll out, and then
Okay.
I seen her walking up the ramp. She had her arm around, two officials. One
Okay.
one was Charles Robinson, the other one was a doctor, and they kind of helped her up the walkway. But the one thing that concerns me is I had a torn ACL when I was in high school, and when I tore my ACL, the biggest thing for me was I couldn't extend my leg. When I first tore it, it hurt like anything. It hurt. I'll never forget the pain. But I couldn't straighten my leg. And when I watched Charlotte, she got up, she couldn't straighten her leg. You know what I mean?
Right.
She still had it bent, and she could like hobbled and stuff like that. And she still put the figure 8 on and everything. It was impressive. It really was. But that concerned me. That made me think right away ACL or some sort of ligament internally in her knee. But like I said, hopefully just like maybe it's a deep tissue bruise or something like a bone bruise.
That's what I'm kind of hoping.
That's like a best case scenario. Take a couple weeks off and you're back. If it's an ACL, you won't see her for 8, 9, 10 months.
Well, it's surprising because when she does that moonsault off that top rope, I mean, sometimes she lands awkwardly. I've seen her, many times see that. I mean, she'll get it done, but it's just like with the way she lands sometimes, or her leg gives out on her, or the way just different things.
And so that's like that moonsault that she did, or whatever you want to call it, from the top rope. She totally missed Asuka.
Completely.
A move like that is so hard to set up when it's a 1-versus-1 type match, because that girl that you're facing has to be in that, or that wrestler, not just girl, but even the men's, has to be in the perfect spot. So when you do that moonsault, they're there to kind of break your fall, to lessen your fall impact a little bit. And she totally missed her. So either she
wasn't close,
too far off of her point, but that's a risky run when you're doing the high risk type maneuvers. Same thing with Charlotte's injury. When you get to that top rope like that, people are sweating. There's oil on people and stuff. So those ropes do get a little bit slick. As she got to that top rope, and as Asuka was going to the top rope, I guess I don't know how it works. I'm not a professional wrestler, but they're kind of trying to balance each other. That's when Charlotte's foot slipped, and
But did you see that her hand was on the rope at the top, like when they were both up there at the top on the turnbuckle? Charlotte had her hand, or I think it was either Charlotte or Asuka had her hand on the rope, and then they kind of like slipped when they slipped, but it slipped off. I think the crowd was like, "You messed up, you effed up." You know what I'm saying? But
it looked like it was. So Charlotte had both her hands on Asuka as Asuka was coming up.
Well, one of them had their hands on the rope, though. I saw that. I know
it might have been Asuka then. So I don't know.
Okay, maybe it was Asuka. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Adam says, "Watch your back, Ken." You?
I don't know. You two are crazy.
I'll see his ass Monday, and he'll know then. He'll know what's
up.
In the words of R-Truth, what's up? So,
what's up?
Scott says, with Punk back, is it possible we see AJ wrestle again? I'd like to see AJ and Liv Morgan build.
Ooh, I know Paul would like that.
I'll tell you, Paul would definitely. A lot of men folk would like that, but they're almost like a similar type wrestler, similar build, similar skill set. That would be a lot of fun to watch.
AJ and Liv, that wouldn't be bad.
Are out right now. AJ. I guess AJ is not wrestling at all. I don't know. I don't know if she's wrestling at all or not.
I don't think she's wrestling at all. To be honest, I think she's just
you would imagine Liv Morgan is probably due back soon.
We've been saying that for months.
Yeah, you figure she would.
I keep seeing it's Facebook posts on Liv Morgan and pictures of Liv Morgan, but I've yet to see Liv Morgan. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, it's kind of like a wait and see, like a week by week thing. Maybe she'll be like a surprise entrant in the women's Royal Rumble.
That's a possibility. Yeah, sure.
Scott Shelton and many others love them. Some Charlotte.
Love me some Charlotte. Okay.
Eileen, people blamed Asuka for that. I know. I was reading a lot of social media, and a lot of people were giving Asuka some shit for that. And you know what? It takes two to tango. There's.
That's true. Yeah, but Asuka doesn't usually make mistakes like that.
And that's the thing. Even if it was on Asuka, she never makes a mistake. She's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
She's so good. Is the same thing with Charlotte Flair.
I think it was a slip thing, to be honest with you. I don't think it was anybody's like. I'm not blaming anybody for it. I just think when they both went at the same time, it just, I don't know.
It's part of the job. You know what I mean?
I think the timing was off between both of them. That's all.
Yeah.
Like ready, 1, 2, 3. Here we go, and
Yeah. With OFC modern technology, Charlotte will be back soon. And so that's the thing. With technology the way it is today, with medical advances and stuff, it used to be a year before you'd see anybody back from an ACL or any kind of torn ligament, but now it seems like they are coming back a little bit sooner, 6 to 8 months, which is still a long time, but it's much more or less than a year.
It could be a 4 to 6 week thing.
No, well, hopefully that's what it is. But if it's an
that's what I'm hoping. Right.
I mean, she could wrestle with a torn ACL, but it's not going to be good. You're not going to see a lot of Charlotte's high flying antics or anything like that, because there's no stability. Even with a brace on, there's no stability with it.
True.
Eileen says, LOL mixed tag team match with AJ and CM Punk versus Liv and Bo Dallas. Rumors they are dating. Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, interesting. See, just Eileen's all over it. She knows everything.
Eddie says it was not like a Nia Jax situation. No. Yeah.
No. I just think it was. I just think it was timing.
There was no carelessness there with Nia Jax and other wrestlers. It seemed like a lot of carelessness, a lot of half-assedness.
Right.
It was just a mistake. It's shit happens.
Yeah.
So what do you think the plans are with Raquel? She's on fire too. That's a good question. I don't know what the plans are for Raquel. Now,
I'm not sure what's going on with Raquel.
If Charlotte Flair is out, so Raquel, I think she's on Raw.
Yeah, Raquel's on Raw. Yeah.
So that wouldn't work. Yeah, I don't know what her plans are.
With Raquel, I'm not sure where they're going with Raquel. To be honest with you,
she hasn't had a match with Rhea
in what, 2 months?
Who just wrestled Rhea for the title? It was
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark. So maybe they build Raquel up to face Rhea maybe at a WrestleMania. It'd be a nice long build.
Possibility.
That'd be a nice spot for Rhea to drop the title, I think.
Nah, I think Zoe Stark is still in the run. Is still in this championship.
She had a really good
picture.
Match.
Yeah, she did. She really did. It was really good.
Good showing. So
I'm happy for Zoe Stark. She's doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie says probably force the Bayley babyface turn sooner.
Yeah, you know what? I have to admit it's coming.
So somebody's going to have to fill. If Charlotte is out an extended period of time, they're going to have somebody fill in that spot.
It's definitely coming. As much as I do, you know me, I like damage control. To me, Bayley started this thing, but I'm starting to see different things that I didn't see before. So I think Bayley, it's coming. It's only a matter of time.
I think it's coming where damage control turns on her. Absolutely.
You've been saying that. You've been saying that for a while now.
And so we'll see if she's able to turn babyface, because she is a pretty nasty heel. She does say a lot of hurtful things. So,
well, as Billy would say, big man, ding dong, hello.
The old. So all right. So we had CM Punk come out for a promo, and kind of talked about what's he gonna do next? Sign with Raw, sign with SmackDown. Who do you want him to face? Kind of talking to the fans. You want the old CM Punk and stuff like that. So it's trying to go a good promo, as a good CM Punk promo. So he mentioned could he team with Randy? He's like, nah, you can't really trust Randy, but he could see himself teaming with LA Knight. And I guess they do have a history. I guess LA Knight was part of his CM Punk security or whatever it was. I seen
Big man, that cut you off. You're doing a great job. I appreciate it. Fans of this show, if you're watching this show right now, I want to know your opinion. Where is CM Punk going to go? SmackDown or Raw? Let us know. I'm interested.
All right. So here's my thought, and this is what I've been teasing the whole show. This is what I think is going to happen for WrestleMania. This is what I want to happen for WrestleMania. So CM Punk mentioned Cody's name a couple times.
Okay.
So he and Seth are going to have a match. CM Punk, because Seth is hates that CM Punk is there. And
it's
stuff
coming.
That.
Yep.
So my thought is CM Punk defeats Seth for the championship before WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. So now you have Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. Both guys get their WrestleMania main event for the championship. Cody beats CM Punk for the world title at WrestleMania. You have Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton's night 2 of WrestleMania for the world championship there. Bank it. Put it in the bank. Book it.
Wait a minute. Wait. Time out. You have Cody beating CM Punk?
At WrestleMania, yes. Because so Cody's story, where does Cody's story end? Cody's story does not end with him at a main event at WrestleMania, right? His story ends with him winning the championship at WrestleMania. CM Punk's goal was to make a main event at WrestleMania. It wasn't to win a main event at WrestleMania, it's to main event WrestleMania.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
So CM Punk goes into WrestleMania as champion because he defeats Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble. And Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, and he faces CM Punk for the
Mania and beats Punk.
At Mania. So there it is.
Book it. I'll book it. Okay.
I mean, what that means for Seth, I don't know. Because Seth, they've been playing this back injury for so long. Does that mean
everybody's happy to see me, but one person?
Yeah. So does that mean that Seth misses WrestleMania, if that's the road that they do go down? I don't know because
I like where you're going with it. I really do. And what you're saying is probably true. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I'm going to disagree with you. I think Punk wins.
And so and that both guys there get what they were just talking about. CM Punk gets the main event WrestleMania. He didn't say win. He said main event WrestleMania. Okay. And Cody gets to finish his story by winning the title at WrestleMania. So. Okay. That's a perfect.
It's a win-win. Okay, I got it.
I mean, I would absolutely love to see CM Punk versus Roman, but Randy Orton's going to be entangled with the bloodline up into WrestleMania because
that's
at WrestleMania.
Were you surprised he did sign with SmackDown?
No, because what did he say? He said the reason he came back was to get the bloodline, and where's the bloodline?
True. But Randy's Raw. Randy's always been Raw.
And so with CM Punk having his issues with Seth Rollins, where's CM Punk going to go? He's going to go to Raw because that's where Seth Rollins is, right?
True.
So I mean,
true. But I'm saying, to me, Randy's always been Raw. I don't remember him on SmackDown too much.
Yeah.
Maybe with him and Edge. But yeah, I see where you're going with it. I do. I see.
Right. So Eddie Prather says Bailey is about to get Pearl Harbored. The Pearl Harbor Day, which is on.
It's definitely coming. Yeah, it's definitely coming. Yeah.
Scott, I like Eddie. Great job on the comment. Pearl Harbor was attacked by the Japanese, and
this is true. True. Good point, Eddie. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Eddie, well done, Eddie. Well done, sir. That tip of
the cap. Promo was on fire. Yes, it was.
Eddie says keep Punk on Raw.
Okay. Is Punk actually going to make his decision on Raw?
He said I think he said Monday he's going to make his decision.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Eileen says Raw because Orton is on SmackDown. I agree. Adam says Raw.
Hey, see, we're getting comments here, people. I love it.
Says CM to Raw since he cracked on Rollins.
Okay.
Cody won't target the lesser title. He may not have a choice. I mean, so everybody's been talking about Cody versus Roman. And where does that leave Randy? I don't know if Randy's going to get Roman for WrestleMania or for Royal Rumble. I keep getting him too confused.
I think he does get Roman for Royal Rumble. I do.
He's still going to be into the whole Jimmy and Solo kick. I
Right.
think I don't know because Royal Rumble's still a month away.
I think it's going to be Roman and Randy at Royal Rumble.
You might we'll hear more Friday because I think Roman Reigns returns Friday.
Yes, he does. That is correct.
Oh,
That is
so
correct.
we'll
Randy! If Randy's going to be on SmackDown, that's going to be really good.
because everybody wants Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania.
Eddie says Cody won't target the lesser title.
Which he's not wrong because the title that Seth is holding is the lesser of the two titles.
True.
So
True.
In WWE anyway, in WWE,
Seth's title is what? Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's the lesser title, yeah. So
okay. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Scott says Cody's story will end with gold. Can you dig it, sucker?
Can you Scott? I can dig it, sucker. Yes, I can dig it. Absolutely.
Yeah, there he is, the big man, Sean Lazarchik says, "Finally, I'm here."
When is The Rock coming back? Well, we saw him in promo. Like he was there a few months ago.
Yeah.
But when Rock comes back, oh my gosh, everything's starting to.
Eddie says Orton gets his match.
Orton deserves his match.
His match. So do you think it's at Royal Rumble, Eddie?
It's with Roman, sure. Absolutely.
Eileen says, you think that Seth Rollins' hate on CM Punk is real, or was that a work at end of SummerSlam, or both? So if you look,
it's a work.
If you look through the past, he's said Seth has been on record saying that he can't stand a guy, and he goes, that's not CM Punk. He said I can't stand Phil. He said Phil, he's an asshole and blah blah blah. He's went on a bunch of times, and I'm talking a couple of years ago when CM Punk first left WWE, or a couple of years later after he left WWE, and he was starting to build his name in other places, and Seth Rollins has said long before this that he hasn't liked CM Punk, but he's also said whatever is good for business. He said he's more than willing to put differences aside if it's going to make money, if it's going to lead.
Cody said the same thing. Cody said whatever works, and Cody's excited he's back. Cody keeps saying the more the merrier. Keep coming, you know.
Well, the difference there is Cody's grew up in a wrestling family, so that's kind of he knows business. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cody helped start AEW. He knows business. He knows what's good for business.
Well,
and
I know two certain wrestlers down in AEW who are not happy right now.
Who's that?
Matt and Jeff.
Why?
Because they're not happy. That's the way things are going down there.
Oh, I don't know.
I think we never know. They might be back.
Yeah, and again, WWE, if they ever throw some money at him,
Cody said, "Come on
up." Sean says, "When is the Rumble?"
I believe it's in January.
January, but I don't know.
I want to say the end of January. I know it's in Tampa, I believe.
Yeah, usually it's near the end of January.
Yeah, I think it's in Tampa though, isn't it?
Sean says, Adam, you want to rumble with me and Kenny versus Adam. Poor Adam Glenn, just a little guy. Me and Sean are a couple. We're like the natural disasters, typhoon and earthquake.
Earthquake and typhoon. Yeah.
And Sean are a couple of big fellas, and Adam's a poor little guy.
Typhoon had so many. He was tugboat too back in the day.
I think he's always on the spot. 27th.
January 27th. Yes. In where?
I don't know where it's at this year.
I think it's in Tampa.
Yeah, that's what I was in Florida, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Sean lost his pass or typed wrong. What rock Q? I don't know what the hell you're doing right now. Wow. So Eddie says it's a work between Seth and
it's definitely a work. Yes, absolutely.
And I agree with that. It used to be a shoot. So I seen an interview yesterday with Seth Rollins. It was I don't know who the interviewer was, but he had some sort of relationship with Seth, from the past. Like they've known each other for a while. And he asked Seth, he said, did you know about CM Punk? And he said, and was he upset about not knowing about CM Punk coming in and being one of the champions? and he said he did not know CM Punk was coming back. He said he had no idea, and he was not happy that he didn't know CM Punk wasn't coming back. But now he understands. There was only a couple people that knew CM Punk was coming back. He said he understands why he didn't know. It's probably better that he didn't know because if he knew, that means other people knew, and it's better when it's a surprise like that. You don't if it's not a surprise the way it was, you don't get that pop. You don't get that legitimate pop that CM Punk got because everybody's just looking at waiting. Nobody thought. I'm telling you right now, nobody thought that CM Punk was coming back at that moment of the pay per view. Everybody thought CM Punk might come back, but when it got to that point of the pay per view where
the very end,
raising their hands for the second time already, so they've been in the ring for a little bit after the match.
Right.
And nobody thought CM Punk was coming back at that point. It's like, okay, it was a good pay-per-view, great war games and stuff. And then that music hits and you get that
Did you see the people's reactions on that? Oh my Lord. Everybody like they were showing pictures like people's reactions in their homes. And when that music hit, there's people were going crazy. I was like, he's back. Oh my Lord. I was like, wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the way they did it was absolutely 100% perfect because they waited long enough at the end of the show to where people were like, okay, I guess he's not coming back. Well, we had a pretty good pay-per-view anyway. And so you're starting to your interest, your focus is kind of starting to go away from that pay-per-view. Like, okay, like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, oh, let me get the bowl of chips out of the way. Then you hear that music hits, then that music hit, then you get that natural reaction, like, oh my God, it's CM Punk. And then you're drawn right back into it, like the crowd, Like I was watching some fan footage. I'm waiting to see like are people leaving the arena thinking, okay, this is over. And you can see some people, like gathering and stuff and starting to leave their seats a little bit. Like, all right, so people were legitimately surprised that he was there because people expected it, but at that point of the pay-per-view, how it was at the very end, a minute or two after the finish was already done, then the music hits it was spot on perfect.
They drawed you in. They drawed you back in.
It was a hell of a job. I'll tell you what, man. Kudos to them on that one.
Well, you kind of knew it was going to happen because they were in Chicago. That's where he's from. So it was, and Triple H, like, it was biggest surprise. Okay, let's put it this way: was that more surprising seeing CM Punk on War Games or watching the Hardys come out of WrestleMania a few years ago?
Seeing CM Punk at War Games by far.
Okay, I see. I don't know. I think because nobody actually saw the Hardys coming in WrestleMania when they did.
You heard some rumors. You did hear some rumors, and so the New Day came out. So for the Hardys, that was it was like
right. They said they had an extra tag team.
Yeah,
but everybody thought it was going to be the New Day. They didn't think it was going to be the Hardys.
So New Day came out to introduce they're like, oh, we have another tag team to be in this match for the championship. And I feel like everybody knew it was going to be the Hardys then, because
I don't know if they did or not. Eddie seems to think it's the Hardys.
Well, Eddie was saying that the reason they're upset in AEW is they've been poorly booked. The Hardys.
Oh, okay, right, okay, gotcha.
And so that's what that was.
Okay.
That's why.
That's what I was saying. That's what they were. I was saying earlier that they weren't happy down there. That they weren't. Yeah. That's why they. Right. But I still, I mean, to me, I still think it's the Hardys. I think the Hardys was bigger than Punk. I just do. Because people like goosebumps when they were coming down that ramp.
You think the Hardys pop was bigger than Pump's?
I do. I honestly do. Mm-hmm. That place erupted when the Hardys came out. Nobody knew.
You're going to have to go back and watch that one.
I'm telling you.
Scott Shelton wants to know: are we going to WrestleMania? Are you going to WrestleMania, Dave?
I'm not going to WrestleMania. I think I'm going to NXT.
Is that
That's Saturday. Saturday. Yeah.
Well, isn't WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday?
It is, but NXT's on that Saturday too. Yes.
Before the show, I guess. And
before. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't know that. Sean says, Adam, do you have a guest partner? That's Royal Rumble's at the Trop in Tampa Bay.
Right. Yes. I knew it was in Tampa.
Sean Lazarchik says password, and wow, The Rock is coming back. I think Sean's playing a game show we don't know about. Is Rock? I think he's asking, is Rock coming back?
Yes, Rock will be back. WrestleMania 40. I'm guessing. That's my guess.
And we've been waiting for it. I don't know.
I think you'll see a John Cena sighting too. To be honest with you.
I don't know. I'm just not like with the Rock thing. I'm Hollywood being back up and running. Everybody's behind schedule. I don't know. I don't know if
We'll
you see
see.
either of these guys.
I think Cena will be at WrestleMania. I do.
Adam says Sean go to bed. Scott Sheldon says it's like people say a ghost. It's like people say a ghost.
Okay.
Sean says, hi, man. Who is the other guy, Kenny? The other guy is the showstopper, HBK, the Heartbreak Kid himself, Cowboy Dave Yarnall.
What's up, baby?
Dave Yarnall. I always say his
That
name.
is correct. Either way, it's fine.
I'm Sean. Adam always picks on me and wants to rumble for wings.
Oh, okay.
So you know who Sean. This is Sean's backstory now.
Gotcha.
I want him to sing my theme song. What's your theme song, Sean? Because you think I won't pick up Adam. He says, hi, HBK.
What's up, baby?
Scott Sheldon saw a ghost when CM came out. Yeah.
Oh, so when CM Punk came out. Okay, right.
And so it was just, again, like I said, it was just the perfect timing of it. It was all about the timing when they hit the music. They had the credit stamp there on the bottom right hand corner, like saying that the show's over, and that's when the music hit. It was phenomenal because I thought it was over as well.
WWE's good like that. We've seen it how many times where somebody comes out and we're not expecting it, and they keep it a secret as much as they can. They're very good like that. Very good.
And so that's the one thing. So many wrestlers, when they leave WWE, they go to different companies, and when they come back, they say like one of the biggest differences in from other companies compared to WWE is the production. The production level. The level of production at WWE is just nobody's close to it. So
not even close. And that's what makes it that's what makes WWE so good. Surprises, and they're good at keeping them. You might see somebody else at WrestleMania that you may not that haven't seen in a long time, and I have a feeling he might be there.
Who?
Break the wall down.
Man, I don't know.
I'm telling you, would that place erupt if he showed up?
That would be something. I mean,
I would love to see Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm a Jericho fan too. I like Jericho. I'm a Jericho-holic.
Yes.
I like he's really anti WWE right now, but money talks.
But that's right. It does.
Business walks. Money talks. Business.
I would love. Tell me if you saw Punk, Randy, Rock, Cena, and here comes Jericho out of nowhere.
So Sean told me what his theme song is. It's
What's his theme song?
Chicken wings, hot dogs and bologna, chicken and macaroni. That's a song. My 5-year-old sings that song coming home from.
That's daycare. A song.
Yes. My 5-year-old from daycare will come home and sing chicken wing, hot dogs and bologna, chicken macaroni. That's Sean's theme song.
Love it.
Adam is informing Sean that Dave is indeed a Cowboys fan, and Sean's
sir.
And so there's some hate now. Eileen says, I'd love to see Y2J and everyone sang his theme song, and he put everyone on the list. Oh, the list was epic when he was with KO.
He just made the list. Yeah, the list. He just made the list, big man.
I'm not saying Jericho has had so many great.
He's great.
Runs, great storylines in WWE. Is just whether it was from.
When he beat Triple H for the title, that was great, phenomenal.
Yeah,
loved it.
Eddie says not really. I'm assuming for the Y2J thing.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. We'll see if Eddie expands on that. Scott says, what one person are you sad that WWE released? I'll give you mine, Shelton Benjamin. He's a pure wrestler. Shelton Benjamin was awesome.
I was a fan.
But
Shelton will always be known as Intercontinental champion, which he was. But he'll always be known for going off the top rope and being Sweet Chin Music by Sean. Which was great.
And yeah, Shelton Benjamin, it's almost like a never really got a fair shake. I think for the major champion for either the heavyweight title or WWE title, and which is a bummer because the dude was really really good in the ring, on the microphone.
No stopping me now.
Yeah, so it's for me. I mean, current releases, probably Shelton Benjamin, but past releases, I was really bummed when Rusev left and Cesaro. I like Cesaro.
Oh, you were a Rusev guy?
Yeah, and Rusev. I really liked them. I feel like they could have been a lot more than what they did with them. That's a shame.
Did you like Lana too?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, who doesn't like Lana for real?
This is true.
I mean, come on.
No, but you said Cesaro. I like Cesaro. I do. He's good.
So Sean says, Haas, you guys know it. That's the hot dog and bologna. I know it anyway.
Okay, good. You know it better than I did. I never heard of it until you said it.
That's why I have kids.
Well, I do too, but Hunter doesn't sing songs when he comes home. I don't know.
Sean's a large child.
Okay. At least it rhymes.
At least it rhymes. The hot, yeah, and that's I think that's what makes it so memorable.
Definitely.
Sean says Adam is his homie, so now Sean's turning on me. And MBO, I don't know what that is.
What's MBO?
Yeah. Eddie says, I have lost a lot of my fandom of Jericho since his time in AEW. Yeah, I don't know.
Eddie, I can relate. I did too when he left. I was upset.
So Jericho with AEW, he has done a lot of bashing of WWE.
Oh, he did.
He's done a lot more of, I think, of those death matches. He's been wearing some face. I don't know the whole thing. Like I don't follow AEW, so I'm not sure 100% sure what Jericho.
But I think the door's always open for Jericho. Either way you look at it, it'll always be open. Let's see what's come back.
I feel like he has a great mind for the business. He really does. He has a lot of great ideas, and
he's a little older, but he can still go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Sean says, Kenny, sing this with the chicken wing song, HBK, Adam, Kenny, and Shawnee, chicken and wrestling buddies. So he's trying to say, HBK, Adam and Kenny, Adam, Kenny, and Shawnee, chicken and wrestling buddies. That doesn't sound. That's Sean. You got to do a better job than that, buddy.
Oh wow!
The karaoke king there needs to do a better job. That doesn't go well. Scott Shelton, how did they get rid of him but kept Cedric? I don't know.
Got me on that one.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It doesn't. The cat scared the shit out of me. It doesn't make sense.
Rusev has what?
Has buyer regret leaving WWE.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, and hopefully he gets to come back because
they didn't have nothing for Rusev. I mean, it got to a point where he was beating up everybody, but
they started him off as a strong heel. Couldn't be beat. His version of the camel clutch was awesome. You never see that move anymore, and his whole thing with Lana being like the Russian manager and stuff like that was awesome.
Well, they had that angle where Lana was with Bobby Lashley for the longest time, and that was the jealousy thing with Rusev. And then
they went goofy with it. Instead of just keeping him as a big angry heel, they went goofy with it. It's.
I agree.
Eddie says Jericho been involved in a lot of crappy stuff in AEW.
I believe it. I really haven't followed Jericho too much at AEW because I don't watch it, but I can believe that.
Sean, you are a character. I'll tell you that, buddy. Eddie said Cedric Alexander, which was Shelton Benjamin's partner, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And the only reason I could think, I think Cedric Alexander is much, much younger than Shelton.
He was good too.
But so you look at the Creed brothers, they're almost like what? No, maybe not quite the same. What Cedric Alexander and Shelton were, but like almost the same kind of look. Wearing the wrestling singlets and stuff like that. But with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, if I remember correctly, they're both almost the same type of wrestler.
They were.
Where if you look at the Creed brothers, you have your strong guy, and then you have your other guy that's like your quick, high flyer type of guy. And you had the brute and the finesse guy. You have your brute and finesse guy. Where with Cedric Alexander and
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin, you had both finesse guys. In my opinion.
I'm trying to think. Who do the Creed brothers remind you of? Like back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yes. Yeah. That's true.
So here's what I was thinking. I'm glad you brought this up, Dave, because I did think about this a few days ago at work.
Okay.
Passing thoughts, because I was watching a video of Rick Steiner. They remind me of the Steiner brothers.
Okay, I can see that.
Early Steiner brothers, not crazy like genetic freaks.
Right.
Steiner,
the Michigan Steiner brothers. Right.
With the Michigan varsity jackets on.
Yes.
Wearing the wrestling seats. You had the dog face gremlin. Rick Steiner wearing the headpiece. That's who it reminds me of, because Rick Steiner was your brute. Scott Steiner was more the finesse guy, even though he was huge. But yeah, absolutely 150%. That's I was watching. There was something about Rick Steiner on. I was watching a clip on YouTube, and my first thought right away was the Creed brothers. Right away was Creed, and I'm like wow.
I can see that. I can see the Steiners. I wasn't going that direction, but now that you say that, I can see
that. Eddie says the Creed brothers remind me of the Steiners. There we go. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
Creed brothers, Steiners 2.0.
Oh, definitely.
Steiners. Sean says, what do you think if Razor Ramon character would come back in today's WWF? Well,
wouldn't work.
He is dead, but yeah, it probably wouldn't go over a lot of political correctness, type stuff. But
nah, I don't think it would work.
If you had Scott Hall in today's WWE, he'd still be an awesome heel.
No doubt. Actually, there was a guy who played Scott Hall years and years and years ago. When Hall and Nash left.
Yeah, you had the fake Diesel and stuff.
The fake Razor. He was actually pretty good.
Well, the fake Diesel, that was Kane.
It was Kane. Yeah, that's right. Good point. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Scott Shelton is 100% right on this. Creed Brothers manager Ivy Nile. She is hot. I'll give her
very good. Yep. Ivy is cool. Yeah.
You sometimes a muscular woman. Sometimes could be but I'll tell you what, she looks good.
Ivy, Ivy's cool.
She could carry me to bed any day.
Don't tell Jed that.
You're right. You couldn't have a Razor Ramon without Scott Hall.
It's not the same. It's just not the same.
What is the heel? Heel's a bad guy. Sean, so when you hear me say baby face or face, that's the good guy, and the heels are the bad guys. HBK, the Rockers, were my favorite tag team.
Actually, I liked them when they were the Midnight Rockers, when they were in AWA. I was a fan of that.
Yeah, it's funny. I did watch the Midnight Rockers wrestle. It was on ESPN. They had ESPN used to run old AWA shows. It'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd get home from second shift at my old job, and they'd be replaying old wrestling. I was watching the Midnight Rockers, like, oh shit, that's Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. I didn't know they were Midnight Rockers, but they were
after midnight.
There you go. But they were wrestling Scott Hall. I can't remember who Scott Hall's tag team partner was.
Probably Diamond Stud or something like that.
But I was like, holy shit, that's freaking Razor Ramon. That's Scott
Hall. Yeah. But he was Diamond Stud in WCW. Diamond Stud, I think it was.
I don't know.
I want to say, I think it was that. Yeah, him and Paige were actually a tag team.
DDP
and Scott Hall. Yep. Yeah. He was Diamond Stud, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken.
So, I don't know if that's who was tagging with Scott Hall, but when I seen the name Scott Hall under his.
Well, when Triple H was in WCW, he was Terrorizing.
Yeah, I've seen that in some video packages that Triple H has had.
Yeah. I personally like the rest of the Connecticut Snob. I was a fan of that. when he came out, he did the the bow, and he's like,
But when he first came to WWE,
dun, 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 dun,
yeah. Eileen's laughing at us. Sean says, okay,
why is he laughing at us?
She's having a good time. Sean never heard of a heel.
Okay.
Eddie says, living
after midnight.
Yeah, that's what you were saying there.
Rockin'. Yep.
Eddie's at home right now. He's like, yeah, living after midnight.
Yeah. Jamming.
Sean said he heard of Midnight Rockers, or either he heard of them or never heard of them. I'm not sure.
Midnight Rockers were awesome. They were good tag team.
Was a great theme song. Like I said, I never heard of them. I never heard of them until I seen that on ESPN a few years ago. Probably like, it had to be like
the After Midnight song?
What's that?
The After Midnight song?
Well, I never heard of the Midnight Rockers. I didn't. I thought.
They did. Oh, good. That was
like WWF was there wasn't anything outside of WWF.
They were just the Rockers in WWF. They weren't the Midnight Rockers.
For the Midnight Rockers was Eddie saying that was a good theme song for the Midnight Rockers.
It was. Yeah, it was very good. Yep.
Scott says back in the day, tag team I liked was the Midnight Express. Loverboy.
Ah, Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan.
Beautiful Bobby, who I believed passed away.
Beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane, the Midnight Express.
Sean says he wasn't allowed to watch TV when he was a kid.
Or if you want to go that far, it was actually Beautiful Bobby and Loverboy Dennis was actually he took over for Sweet Stan.
And that's what Scott says he meant. Beautiful Bobby.
Beautiful Bobby. Yep. Who was the manager of the Midnight Express? Anybody know?
Classy Freddie Blassie.
Nope.
I don't know. I have no idea. Mr.
Jim Cornette.
Oh, okay. Did he have the tennis racket?
Yes, he did. Yep. Back in the day, Jimmy Cornette. Yep. Now you're making me go way back. No, it wasn't Mr. Fuji.
And Eddie says Jim Cornette is his wrestling hero. There we go.
Oh God, that's something to say there. Yep, Jimmy Cornette.
Jim Cornette. So Jim Cornette, he has a podcast out where he does do a lot of.
It's what's it called? It's like a Wendy's thing on the top of the corner. I forget what it. Yeah, like it's kind of Cornette's drive-through or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called, but
it's shaped like a Wendy's emblem, like the restaurant Wendy's. But I think it's like Cornette's drive-through or Cornette's something like that. It's actually not bad.
He roasts a lot of wrestlers on there.
Jimmy Cornette was really good. Yeah, I like Jimmy Cornette.
He does a lot of roasting on that.
He can't stand Vince Russo. Oh my God, he buries Vince Russo every single chance he gets.
All the time, yeah. It's funny. And what he basically said, he hopes Vince Russo dies. He would dance on.
He can't stand him.
There's a lot of hate there. But I think he hates Russo for killing Owen Hart too.
Well, yeah. He just buries him.
It's a lot of that comes to that too, and he's like, "There's no reason to have Owen," which he kind of agrees.
But Cornette knew his shit though. He was a very good wrestler. I'm not a wrestler, but he was a very good manager. He knew the business. Yeah, he did indie wrestling too, I believe. He did a lot of shows there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, I think he ran. I could be wrong, but I think he ran OVW when John Cena was there and Batista. That was the developmental for WWE.
Okay.
It was a developmental, down in Florida. Sean said, I never heard of you. Adam, you need to say I need a tennis racket. I don't know. I think he never heard of Jim Cornette.
I never heard Jim Cornette. Oh, my God. How can he not?
You're getting crushed. Crush your misery tag team partner. Where's the beef, Adam? It's between you, me, and Kenny.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So he's saying that Adam needs a tennis racket to face to wrestle Sean and I. So.
Okay. I love it.
All right. So we have Scott says, fellows, always good chopping it up, getting up early for OT at the hockey arena. I work at, there we go. Hollydale Ice Arena over here in Washington Township. Till the next time. Peace. Hey, Scott, thanks for checking the show out. I appreciate all the comments, all the interactions.
Scotty, thank you so much.
Be sure to check us out next either Friday or Saturday. Depends on if I have to work overtime.
We'll definitely be on. Scott, thanks for checking in, man. I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
Thank you very much, Scott. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
A couple more comments, and we're going to get the hell out of here, too.
Yeah, let's call it a night.
We're going to hit the old 2-hour time limit here. Sean says, all right. So that's all I have. Do you have anything else, Dave?
I did like Cody's promo with the U.S. Army drill because it was tribute to the troops, which was really good. I enjoyed that. And Mr. Professional Cody Rhodes always does something good, so I have no problem with that. But other than that, I'm good.
We didn't touch on Randy and LA Knight versus the Bloodline, but that was a good match. It was a good match.
LA Knight and Randy was perfectionist. I loved it. The ending was great. It went from the closer for LA Knight to RKO to finish. So
yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool. How LA Knight was setting up his finisher, and Randy spun Jimmy out of it and did the RKO. And LA Knight.
Did you see the look that Randy gave out? That Randy gave LA Knight when he did it.
Yeah.
He turned around. I was like, that was classic Randy Orton right there.
Well, then like when they at the end of the match, and they both went to the separate ring pose to pose. LA Knight was saying something to Randy. You could tell LA Knight was kind of either perturbed or whatever. But they both did their whole pose and stuff like that. And
I liked. They were a good tag team. I like it together. It's not going to last long, but I thought it was good. I really did. It was good. I love having two of my favorites together. I was just excited because I love Randy. I love LA Knight. So to me, it was perfect.
And it seems like LA Knight has lost a little bit of steam, but
just a little,
and which is to be expected. Come off the championship match, having the big wrestlers return that have returned. Yes. You're bound to lose a little bit of steam. I think he's going to regain it over the next couple of months.
Oh, he will, no doubt.
He'll have a good WrestleMania match against somebody.
He better.
Hopefully, get back into that main event championship picture.
Well, it's tough now. You got so many main eventers right now, with Punk and Orton, and it's tough. I mean, but it just makes it more fun. And Cody, I should say, put Cody in there too.
And
Seth, of course, Seth.
Like Eddie Prather says. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Think about it, big man. You got Cody, okay? Seth, CM Punk, Roman, LA Knight. The list goes on and on. It was Randy coming back, and Punk, it's just great. I love it. WWE is back.
It is. I'll tell you, it's back in a major way. I'll give you that.
And who to thank who to thank for this? Triple H.
Yeah,
absolutely. Hunter has done a phenomenal job bringing these guys back and putting WWE back on the map. People are actually excited. They're watching the shows, and WrestleMania and Royal Rumble is going to be huge.
And if he's the one booking it and building these storylines, I'll tell you what, he's doing a hell of a job. Most of the stuff is making sense and leading to something, and most of it does not feel rushed at all. Whereas in the past, you might have a bunch of storylines that feel rushed or didn't make sense. You don't feel that anymore.
No, you don't. And what's he talking about now?
He said, "Who the hell is Dave?" I was talking to HBK. Dave and HBK are the same person.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels, who is a regular on the show, he's not here this week.
He didn't make the show this week.
Yeah, he didn't show up. Sean says, "Adam, I think it's a plot." HBK, you need Benadryl. You're sick. Feel better. You saying you're sick?
I'm sick. I'm fine.
Unless he's talking to the real Shawn Michaels. I don't know.
No, I feel good.
Eddie says LA Knight versus Logan Paul at Mania. There we go.
Oh, I'm into that. Yeah, that's good.
That would definitely be
for the U.S. title. Yeah, definitely.
Scott says, Hunter, you are the man. Absolutely, 100%.
I agree.
And Sean says, oh.
Hey, man, we're rolling tonight.
We are rolling. So before we get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and put this back up here real quick. Share screen. So Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, we're live 7 days a week, something for everybody. Check us out, Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter, Twitch. We're also on TikTok, the Instagram. We're constantly posting on Facebook. So make sure to like, follow, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. and subscribe to us or follow us on Twitter, X, and that helps out tremendously. You guys follow us on there, subscribe to there,
Facebook as well.
Yeah, and Facebook as well. So check us out, and if anybody has an idea or wants to do a podcast, reach out to us, and we can set that up.
Sure,
we can figure it out. So we got a couple more comments before we get the hell out of here. They're coming in hard and hot here.
I tell you, we're rolling, big man. I love it.
So Sean says nose is stuffed. I said, Sean, I'm sniffling. Whenever I start talking on this,
not me. I'm good.
If you watch a bunch of my other podcasts where I do it by myself, I do all the talking because it's just me.
It's just you.
I do a lot of sniffling because for some reason when I start talking a little bit, so it's that's me.
No, I'm good.
Like Ada is gonna be with wings. I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for having me. I got a new phone, Kenny. There you go, brother. Good, congratulations,
Sean. Thanks for chiming in, man.
Hopefully, it's one made for big fingered fellas, like yourself. So you can follow Twitcher. There we go.
There you go.
Sean wants to do a podcast.
Sean.
Sean, you tell me what you want to do, and we'll figure it out, buddy.
Yep.
He wants to do it with Adam.
Oh, there you go.
That would be a hell of a podcast. Adam, not Ada. I got you. So he said Ada up there before. It's supposed to be Adam.
Adam, right?
All right. So that's all we have for today. So Sean also says so cool. There we go.
There you go.
So cool. All right. So let's get the hell out of here, Dave, before we get too many more comments, because we'll be here all night doing this.
We'll be here till 4.
We'll be here forever.
The Wrestling All Night Show.
24/7 wrestling show. The comments keep rolling in.
That's what we do.
Thank you for all the comments, though. We appreciate it very much. You make the show very interesting. We got one more.
Let me tell you whose game this is. The Atomic Drop Podcast. Yeah.
See you guys later. Thank you very much.